So, Apple might have just accidentally confirmed the return of a high-end iMac, and it didn't come from a flashy keynote, a press release, or even Mark Gurman's newsletter. It came from Apple's own internal software, because of course it did. According to newly surfaced kernel debug kit files, software Apple engineers use internally, there are direct references to an unreleased iMac Pro running a platform tied to the M5 Max chipset. These files don't just vaguely hint at future products, they straight up list internal identifiers, platform names, and chipcode names. And in this case, one of the identifiers points to an iMac labeled J833C running platform H17C, which maps to the codename Sutra C, better known by its marketing name M5 Max. In other words, Apple's actively testing an iMac with a max-tier Apple Silicon chipset, an iMac Pro class machine, the one people have been begging for since 2021. Now, before we all start redesigning our desks in our heads to prepare for this machine, there is one small caveat. These same kernel files also reference some genuinely unhinged internal test devices, things like iPad minis running tvOS or MacBooks powered by the A15 chipset. So yes, there's always a chance this M5 Max iMac purely exists as an internal Frankenstein machine, but the timing here matters. The M5 Max chipset is expected next year, and both Mark Gurman and Min-Chiu Kuo have independently said that Apple's been working on a larger Pro-focused iMac behind the scenes for years now. So when Apple's own software quietly name drops an M5 Max iMac, that feels a lot less like a coincidence and a lot more like a leak they didn't really mean to ship. And it doesn't stop there. These same files also list a whole wave of future Macs, M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros, M6 class OLED MacBook Pros, new M5 MacBook Airs, M5 and M5 Pro Mac Minis, M5 Max and M5 Ultra Mac Studios, and even the low-cost MacBook running the A18 Pro. So yeah, this isn't just some random noise, this is Apple's roadmap leaking out through the floorboards. With that context in mind, let's rewind slightly, because alongside this surprise M5 Max iMac Pro, we're also expecting a more mainstream M5 iMac refresh, and that one has already started leaving breadcrumbs of its own. But first, if you're enjoying this so far, hit subscribe and tap the hype button. It generally helps a small channel like this reach more Apple fans, especially as we head deeper into Apple's 2026 hardware cycle. Anyways, for fans of the 24-inch iMac, macOS 26.4 recently listed a Mac identified as J833CT, which Apple Insider believes corresponds to the upcoming M5 iMac. If Apple follows its usual pattern, that puts a launch sometime after the M5 Pro and Max MacBook Pros, likely mid to late 2026, likely at WWDC. We've seen this before. The M2 Ultra Mac Studio was hinted at in software months before officially launched in June 2023. So yes, the next iMac is very much real, even if Apple's pretending it isn't. Now, what can we expect with the M5 iMac? Well, this is shaping up to be a chip-focused refresh rather than a dramatic redesign, and honestly that's fine, because the M5 itself is honestly doing most of the heavy lifting here. Built on TSMC's refined 3rd generation 3nm N3P process, the M5 brings meaningful gains over the M4. You're looking at a 10-core CPU split between performance and efficiency cores, around a 15% multi-core uplift, and a GPU that's up to 45% faster thanks to 3rd generation ray tracing. Each GPU core now includes its own neural accelerator, letting AI workloads run up to 4 times faster, which Apple's absolutely going to mention 17 times in the keynote. The neural engine itself jumps to 16 cores, memory bandwidth climbs to roughly 153 gigs per second, and unified memory now tops out at 32 gigs. There's also a new media engine that improves video encoding and decoding. Great news for editors, less exciting news for Safari tab holders who just want their emails to load. And yeah, data users probably won't feel that much of a difference with the M5, but creators absolutely will. This is the kind of internal upgrade that makes the iMac feel smoother, quieter, and more capable without turning it into a Mac Studio replacement. Design-wise though, I wouldn't expect anything new. The current iMac still looks unapologetically Apple, absurdly thin, colourful, slightly controversial, and yes, still rocking the chin and white bezels. Personally, I think it's aged a lot better than people expected. And considering Apple kept the previous iMac design around for nearly a decade, this one isn't going anytime soon. There are a few subtle areas Apple could improve though. Storage, for example, could get faster because storage speeds on the M5 MacBook Pro doubled compared to the previous generation, and the iMac could inherit that boost as well. There's also growing speculation that Apple might finally raise the base configuration to 16 gigs of unified memory and 512 gigs of storage. Nothing confirmed, but with the iPhone 17 now starting at 256 gigs, it wouldn't be shocking to see Apple quietly nudge its Macs forward as well. I mean, it's not a great look that both a phone and a whole literal computer come with the same amount of storage. Surely the computer should have more storage. Display upgrades are another quiet possibility. The MacBook Airs rumored to adopt Oxide TFT LCD panels in the future, which improve power efficiency, pixel response, and brightness consistency. If similar tech trickles down to the iMac, it could feel noticeably more premium, even without making the OLED jump, though people have been going back and forth about this upgrade even coming to the MacBook Air in the first place. Although with ProMotion finally reaching the base iPhone, I'm still holding out hope that high refresh rates eventually make their way to more non-Pro Macs. That said, I wouldn't expect any of these changes with the M5. This model's likely going to look identical from the outside, probably is going to come in the same range of colours, though it would be nice to see some truly fresh colours to spruce up the design, but clearly the new chipset is the main upgrade, and internally it's shaping up to be a pretty solid step forward. But here's where things get really interesting, because while the M5 iMac covers the mainstream crowds, the M5 Max iMac Pro leak reopens a question Apple's been dodging for nearly 4 years. Where is the iMac Pro? Ever since the M1 iMac launched, the comments have been relentless. Where's the bigger one? Why can't I get a Pro chipset in an iMac? Why did Apple abandon the all-in-one for professionals? And honestly, fair questions. For years, I've talked about a Pro class iMac that could replace the Intel iMac Pro, but it never released. Instead, we got the Mac Studio and the Studio Display, which, let's be honest, became the spiritual successor. I'm pretty sure at one point Apple even recommended that those who want a larger iMac just get the Mac Studio and Studio Display instead. It's a powerful modular combination, but undeniably less magical than a single slab of aluminium that just works. And yet both Gurman and Co have repeatedly said Apple's still working on a larger professional iMac, potentially with a 32-inch mini LED panel. And now thanks to Apple's own leaked software, we actually have the strongest hint yet that a Max tier iMac actually exists within Cupertino. If this thing ever ships, I'd expect a very different vibe. Dark bezels, space black, no fun colors, just varying shades of professional seriousness. A proper cooling system, Pro and Max class chipsets, essentially a Mac Studio fused directly into a color calibrated mini LED panel. Yes, the Mac Studio is technically more flexible, yes, it'll probably be better value long term, but the iMac has always been about simplicity. One cable, one machine, no spaghetti, and for a lot of creatives, that experience still matters. Pricing? I'd expect somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000. Anything lower risks cannibalizing the Mac Studio, anything higher starts getting uncomfortable very quickly. The frustrating part is how long this has taken. The desktop Mac lineup has clearly become secondary to laptops, and the iMac has been stuck in a kind of limbo since 2021. One possible explanation for the delay is OLED. If Apple plans to move the Mac lineup to OLED panels, maybe they're holding the larger iMac back until it can make that leap, because dropping $3,000 on a desktop that feels outdated 2 years later would not be great. That said, the Studio Display 2 is rumored to be mini LED, and also I just remembered, producing 32-inch OLED panels on the scale Apple needs might be difficult right now, so maybe we are getting mini LED, but I'll still take that over LCD, and I just want this iMac Pro to materialize. So now I throw it over to you guys. Does Apple need to bring back the iMac Pro, or does the Mac Studio already fill that gap? Let me know below, and if you made this far, make sure you subscribed and hit the hype button. It generally helps small creators like me keep bringing you deep dive Apple coverage every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.